Welcome, dear friends, to the Spirit Society of Virginia in its online spiritual care. It's a moment for us to recalibrate ourselves. Like our physical body, we as spirits need that moment daily in which we take a shower, right? We eat, we exercise, we rest. The online spiritual care is all of it together. It's the hygiene of the soul. It's the treatment, the remedies that we need. It's also the opportunity to pray for other people, exercising the muscles of our soul. And it's also the opportunity that we have to nourish ourselves. So make sure, wherever you are, it's only 30 minutes. Forget about browsing anything. Stay still and have a glass of water near you, or a bottle of water, or a jar of water, because the good spirits, the spirit doctors, seeing that you're opening the vibratory doors of your home, they are going there to pour in the remedies that you all need to prevent problems and also to remedy the ones that we have. So let us feel at this moment that we're marching towards the beauty of being in communion with the messengers of God who are assigned to care for us in our evolution on earth. We're going to ask Carol Correa to read a message from the book Living Spring to prepare ourselves. Let us focus, expand our awareness to grasp a little more of these teachings.
Good evening, dear friends. Tonight we are going to read message 24 entitled By Their Works. Hold them in highest esteem and love because of their work. Paul. This verse from Paul's first epistle to the Thessalonians is particularly important for our daily struggle. We all tend to devote more esteem to those who see life from our own point of view. Our love is always warmest for those who espouse our own ways of seeing things, our ingrained habits, and our social principles. Nevertheless, our interpretations are not always the best. Our habits are not always the most commendable, nor are our principles always the most praiseworthy. Thus, we must disintegrate the shell of our selfishness in order to dedicate our friendship and respect to our brothers and sisters, not because of their emotional link to our personal itinerary, but because of their faithfulness to the common good. If we love someone solely because of his or her physical attractiveness, tomorrow we will likely find the object of our affection in one way to the scrap heap. If we hold someone in esteem solely for his or her brilliant oratory, it is possible that he or she may lose his or her voice sometime soon. If we devote to someone, if we are devoted to someone only because he or she blindly obeys us, we may be causing that person to make the same mistakes that we have made so many times. It is essential that we improve our perceptions and feelings so that we may progress on the road to a superior life. Above all, let us seek the company of others because of the works with which they benefit the space and time in which we live, since there will come a time when we understand that the best companion is seldom the one who agrees with us, but is always the one who agrees with the Lord and collaborates with Him to make life better inside and outside of us.
Dear friends, right now we're being asked to pray. As Carol Correa read this message for us, we're going to be given an opportunity to attune. Prayer is this moment in which we communicate with God. And of course, you can do it. One day, we're going to do it all day long. For now, we stop, close our eyes, because we are practicing this connection. So let us pray that we surrender to God. I'm opening here the file so we can listen to the music that helps us feel more than anything else. Feel the connection. Dear Mother, Father God, yes, we realize it's not simple to do the good on earth. We are few, and many have lots of requests, but still give so little to the general good. So we want to pray, dreaming of the day in which people on earth dedicate themselves to the general good more than to their own selves. That they think of the benefits that their daily work will bring to generations to come. Not because of us, but because of you. We are your children, and we want to become active servants. We don't want to be the ones who enjoy the abundance of your love, proclaim your name and your deeds, but never really discipline ourselves to doing it. So tonight, we want to understand more about life to really merit new concessions. We want to feel your embrace and think of those who are in greater need than ourselves, because there are many who are truly desperate at the edge of a terminal illness or under the cruelty of abusers. We think of the migrant children, refugees in refugee camps, and we pray for them especially. For the children in the poorest locations. And we apologize for not doing much to their benefit or anything. At least now allow us to pray for them, hoping that vibrations of wellness, hope, and protection come to them. And if you invite us to join forces to help them out, we want to be ready to do so. May we stay with you under your guidance, feeling your protection as you grant us the permission to enter this healing session with you. And so be it. Yes, friends. So now we're going to invite our friend, Daisy Gallen. She has a special message from the book, Jesus in the Home. And here she is to help us. Oops. All right. Right, Daisy?
Yes. Hello, friends. Good evening. So, today we're going to continue studying the book Jesus in the Home. And we are studying tonight this beautiful chapter, number 47, called The Disturbed Educator. So let's remind ourselves that this book is an account by the spirit Neio Lucio through Chico Xavier about the very intimate encounters of Jesus with his apostles at Simon Peter's home. So we have the opportunity to hear directly from the master while he is teaching his disciples, which are actually all of us. So in this chapter, it starts with Andrew. And Lucio describes Andrew as the helpful apostle. And Andrew was asking Master Jesus, and he was mentioning how hard it was to adjust to the living according to the new truths. So, how hard it is for us to apply the teachings of the good news in our own lives. And Jesus, our master, very um, kind and a great educator to all of us. He answered his question with a story and a parable for all of us. So in this story, he says that there was this man that he was very, very strong. He was a specialist in various types of service of reparation and readjustment. And he was very skillful. So the angel, the divine messenger, came and asked him, invite this man to help a crypt man who longed to enter heaven. And he accepted this job. He used a very, very heavy hammer. He didn't hear the cries of this man who plead, oh, please, this is so hard. But no, he continued pressing on, making sure that this man was then put it in the right pathway. And after some time, he succeeded. And the divine master, the angel, was very pleased. So then he invited him for another task. The angel invited him to help a lame elderly woman who eagerly wished to enter the heavenly court. And this man, very diligent, he started to work right away. However, he was indifferent to the groans of the old woman that she asked him, she pleaded, please, please, this is too hard. But no, he did not give ears. He continued with his very, very strict rules. And after some time, again, he was very, very successful. So the angel again very pleased about the healing discipline that this man applied to all of those he was invited to educate. He then invited him to one more task, now to help restore a sore, covered, and afflicted man. And again, this man started to work right away. And he didn't give ears to this man when he pleaded him, please, please be careful with my sores. They hurt very, very much. He continued on his pathway. And again, he was successful. So then at last the angel helped him, asked him for help one more time, this time to a young boy who was lost in bad habits. And he started to work with this boy in work and self restraint. After some time, the boy was right on the right path. And then the man asked the angel, well, after helping so many now, I want permission to go to heaven myself. What do I have to do now for myself to be able to go to heaven? And the angel then stopped and looked at this man and said, well, let's analyze you. And you yourself also have crimped legs. You also have deformed arms. And you also need the strict discipline that you apply to so many others. So the angel started to apply the same lessons, the same remedies that this very own man used to do to others. The angel started applying to this very man. However, friends, he was unable to bear the saving treatment that he had applied to others. Soon after the angel started his work, he complained and he said how hard it was because now he was feeling in his own skin what for such a long time he was applying to others. The angel then saw that he was not going to be able to fulfill the task. So he would have to assign this man to very, very strict educators, the same type of education that he was applying to others. He would now have to, for a long time, subject himself so he could find the way to heaven. So then our dear Master Jesus comes and finalizes for us with a beautiful, beautiful message summarizing this story. And Master Jesus says, let us use patience and love in all our tasks of correction. And now let us learn to bear the measures with which we seek to improve the position of those around us. Because for every spirit, the time comes when it must be effectively and safely polished up for the divine light. So, friends, this message from our Master Jesus tonight is reminding us about the importance of patience and love. I'm sure we can all relate to this story because it is quote unquote easy for us to appoint in others what others need to do to stay in the right path. We are very easy to look at other imperfections and say, but you should do this, you should do that. Of course, you are going through that. You need to acquire these virtues. But Jesus is then reminding us to be patient and loving as we want to be treated ourselves, as the case of the educator in the story that we just read together. He was very, very strict. He was a great disciplinarian to others, but he could not bear it when he had to subject himself. So he felt in his own skin how it is hard. It is hard for us and for others to change. So Jesus is reminding us to have patience, to put ourselves in other people's shoes so that we can feel in their skin. We can know, we can be understanding of what they're going through. Because, as Master Jesus tells us right here, let us learn to bear the measures with which we seek to improve the position of those around us. So before we ask others to change, that we put the heavy hammer as he put on others, Jesus is inviting us for us to learn first, to be able to put those measures in our own lives first. Because as he ends in this beautiful paragraph saying that every spirit has their own time. Each one of us, friends, have our own time to complete our journey. We all know we're destined to progress. And we will get there. Jesus told us, you will do what I'm doing and much more. But each one of us have our time, and we need to respect, love, of course, support one another, right? Giving everyone a helping hand, but with love and patience, because we know when we have to apply those measures in our own lives, it is not always the easy pathway. So if we build this in ourselves, we'll be able to then share with others. So that is the beautiful message of tonight, friends, directly from our Master Jesus. And we now invite you for the next part of our treatment session of tonight.
So let us close our eyes as we prepare ourselves to receive the blessings from above. Let us visualize ourselves in the spiritual hospital of the SSVA, surrounded by beautiful fields of lavender flowers. As we breathe in and out, we feel the soothing fragrancy of the flowers, calming us, preparing us to enter this beautiful hospital where we are going to receive our passes and treatment of tonight. So as we all walk into the doors, we'll find places where we can sit to receive this treatment. We can feel the fresh air, the different vibration of this place, soothing our hearts, making us feel loved and cared for. The doctors and nurses are coming in front of us, applying passes, giving us the treatment that is necessary. We feel lighter and feel much better now. As we breathe in and out, we can feel the treatment permeating our spiritual body, coming to the physical body, healing us from the root problems that we had. We can see clear and we can understand better what we need to do from now on. We feel that our hearts are illuminating so much because we are connected to all these good spirits that are here treating us. And as we feel ready, full of love and energy, we start to come back to place. And as we walk away from the hospital, we walk again to this beautiful lavender field, helping us to feel even more grateful for being able to connect to these higher beings, loving mentors. And as we are back, we breathe in and out with much gratitude in our hearts. And as we keep breathing, feeling this loving energy, we will unite ourselves in prayer. And we pray to our dear Mother, Father God, Mother Mary, the good spirits. We thank you all so much for this treatment that we just received. We feel much better now, knowing and feeling this loving and care. And with that, we would like to share our blessings and prayers to all of our brothers and sisters in greater need that were not able to connect to us at this moment. But may they feel the loving vibration reaching them at this moment. And we pray non-stop for all the doctors and nurses in both realms so that they can continue doing their work to help humanity. We also pray for our brothers and sisters that does not have a home, a place for shelter, or even a plate of food. We pray for all of them, and may they feel the nourishing provided from above at this moment. We also want to pray for all the women's and everyone that suffer of abuse. May they have strength and courage to make the right choices as they connect to the good spirits so they can go through this trial and this expiation. We send love to all of them that are suffering of any type of abuse. We also would like to pray for all the parents and every children that is going to be the new generation, the new hope for us as our planet becomes more evolved. And with your permission, dear Master Jesus, Mother Mary, mentors of this house, we close the meeting of tonight, and so be it. We can hear.
It's always like this, right? I turn the mic off, not to bother, and I forget it. Friends, thank you for being here. But most of all, if you have a question or if you have a particular need, remember we are here. There is the email cardiacradio@gmail.com or the Spirit Society of Virginia's email info@ssvirginia.org. We are here. Our main task is to answer to your questions, reach out to you. Everything else is of less importance. So if you have a need, connect with us. And if you know anybody who would like to join the WhatsApp of the Spiritist Side of Virginia and the Spiritist group in DC, contact us because we can include you and you can receive daily prayers and you can receive also the messages from our daily services that we may provide. Okay? For now, we wish you a very easy evening, wherever you are, meaning let's not go wild. We need to keep in everything that we have been given. And when we go to sleep, facilitate the works of the good spirits. We wish you lots of blessings. And until next time.